Good afternoon here from Los Angeles, California. Valerie Milano, the senior editor of the Hollywood Times and Aspiring magazine out of Boston. And I'm so happy to have our guests here, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves. Thank you so much.
Hi, I am Lynn Rosen. I am creator, writer, co-EP of web series Gasbag, and I'm coming to you from New York City right now.
Hi, I'm Chad Kessler. I am the title character in Gasbag, and I am also the co-executive producer.
Thank you, Lynn and Chad, for being with us. We're going to go ahead and let Jackie in now.
Oh, great.
Cool.
Okay, you're on.
All right.
Hi, I'm Jackie Tohn, and I am a lifelong Chad Kessler fan, and I am running around Los Angeles, so I am only going to be audio today.
Oh, so you are in LA. The other two are in New York. Okay. And where do you usually live, Jackie?
I live in LA.
All right. And you're not going to have your face on today, but you have your voice. So that's very important. Thank you very much for joining us, Jackie.
Happy to be here.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start with Lynn because I almost did a minute ago. And few projects, Lynn, screen at both Dancing with Films New York and Los Angeles. What does it mean to you to have this pilot recognized on both coasts?
Oh, we were so thrilled when we got into, well, we were thrilled when we got into the first one. And then we were like in New York and we screened it there. It was the first time we saw it with an audience that wasn't like my parents and our friends. And we heard it, saw it on a big screen. It was great sound. So that was thrilling. And we said, dare we try to do the one in LA, knowing the chances might be slim, so that we got into this one too. It was such a great festival. It just gives us a lot of, we feel like people, you know what, to quote Sally Field, people like us. People really like us. They like the show, and the show is fun and heartwarming, and it just gives us the confidence that we need to kind of push it out into the world after this.
Yes. And as our readers and our viewers will find out, you are the creator, writer, and executive producer of Gasbag. And
Yes.
so the premise of Gasbag is both satirical and timely. What inspired you to create this world, and where did the idea originate?
Well, I don't know if people will know this, but it's like Gasbag is a comedy about a lovable, sheltered overtalker discovering what and who he wants at age 42. So he's a late bloomer. And I'm a playwright as well as a TV writer, and I've always been intrigued for many years by the overtalker. I'm very curious what's going on with them psychologically. I'm not making fun of them. I am curious, but what is it? Why can't they deal with silences? And then I was lucky enough almost 10 years ago to meet Chad, who's an amazing actor, and likes to talk a little bit and is so funny, and just totally gets the tone of my work, which is both funny and grounded. And then this little thing called COVID happened, and we were trapped inside, and I couldn't make theater or TV. So we decided to shoot something on Zoom where we could stay creative and connected. And I wrote a monologue for Chad, this character of George Nordstrom, who's an overtalker, and he's talking to Facebook Live, as he calls it, instead of Facebook Live, because he's very sheltered. And we just had so much fun that we kept working on it. And people loved it. People enjoyed it.
Well, thank you for that explanation. So you shot it on Zoom. Huh.
We shot the first season on Zoom. This one that we're having at Dances with Films is not on Zoom. We've elevated our game just a tad.
Okay.
We took it from Zoom to iPhones.
Zoom to iPhones, next stop cameras, baby.
Yeah. So, but really that ensemble piece, and just like people who love working together, who a lot of us been friends for a while, from the New York theater scene, and then of course we have some of our LA people like the one and only icon Jackie Tohn, who is incognito right now.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's super
overtalker.
exciting. So it's super exciting.
Yeah. Jackie's a fellow overtalker on the show.
Well, that is so untrue, Lynn. I will have you know, I was clinically diagnosed, Chad, I've been meaning to tell you, I was clinically diagnosed with ADHD yesterday. Or did I tell you?
You did tell me. That's why you have yes, you did tell me about it.
Well, so there you go. Now we know why Stella is Stella.
Yeah, her character Stella. Typecast. You were typecast.
So yeah, so Jackie was in the first season with us on the web series. We did an amazing
And it's
episode.
hilarious.
So funny. I watch it all the time. She is so funny in it. And then we had a conceit to have her come back and make a cameo in the new season we shot. And hopefully going forward, we'll have much more of Stella, which is Jackie's character, which is one of my favorites of all time.
Beautiful.
Well, we're in love.
No,
So-
that
so-
too.
So, Jackie, your performance is electric and bold. How did you connect with your character and what drew you to the role?
Well, I really was just drawn to the project because I love Chad and I think he's so brilliant and I want to be part of anything he's part of. And then I never shut up and he said, "You play an overtalker." And I said, "Say less, baby, say less." And then I learned about Lynn and her body of work and everything she's been up to. And I was like, this sounds delicious. It was over COVID, it was over Zoom, it was a super light lift. And now they're getting all these wonderful accolades and getting into all these festivals. And it's like, well, yeah, duh, they made a wonderful thing that people are now responding to. So it's really cool.
Yes, it is. And you've worked across comedy, music, and drama. How does Gasbag compare to past roles in terms of tone and creative freedom?
Well, I'm very lucky. I have I get how do I put this? I think the jobs that I get hired on are very open to creative freedom, and I'm very lucky that way. I think also I'm involved in jobs where the writing is incredible, and so that's also amazing. But I think the combination of being able to sort of make something your own and it already existing in an incredible way when it first comes to you is really the magical combination. And yeah, I think that's sort of the answer. And Gasbag it was so fun. They so let me just kind of do whatever. There were parameters, and then they sort of were like, "Go, interrupt everyone, keep talking." I was like, again, I got you, baby.
Yeah. It was fun to riff with Jackie.
I mean, she's so
Naturally
brilliant.
funny.
Right. Even when in the height of COVID, when we're filming this on Zoom, like we just had the most incredible 6 hours because Jackie's so good at improv as well. So some of the lines were just so funny, and she just really took that over talker and was able to run with it. Where I don't know everyone can do that. Like sometimes, if you really have to have a handle on the character, else you could really get lost in the writing. It's because it's very smart and very complex, and the characters really need to hit certain things. And if you have to stop and think, it kind of loses all the comedy and all of the speed. So Jackie was amazing when she came and joined us for those few days. It was awesome.
You got to connect to her Long Island roots.
Baby, of course.
Is an Oceanside, baby.
I can't disconnect from my Long Island roots, it seems.
They're always there.
Yeah. Chad, directing a pilot with such a unique voice must have been a wild ride. How did you approach bringing Lynn's script to life visually?
Well, I didn't direct it. I'm the actor in it.
Right.
This whole season's actually 4 directors. For the pilot that we're screening at Dances, it's 2 directors, Christopher Gerson and Julie Kramer. They both, Chris directed half and Julie directed the other half. But I co-produced this thing with Lynn, so it was really the 2 of us put together a lot of our connections and a lot of our energy and a lot of our chutzpah to kind of make this whole thing work and to bring together this team. And that was what I'm even more proud of than my performance. I'm very proud of the team that we were able to assemble for this. And just the energy that came over everybody, like it was a little a little fever. It was like almost like a little sports team that we grew up. It was really, really awesome.
The directors have both worked with me in theater, both as actors and as directors. And so basically we all, there's a lot of New York theater luminaries in this as well. So we all just kind of knew each other. We knew how to play together. We knew how to take what was on the page and run with it. So I think that feeling of camaraderie and brother and sisterhood and everyonehood and fun sort of infects the entire show in a wonderful way.
Okay, well, apologies for that one. Gasbag Chad moves fast, as we know. It's witty, energetic, and layered. how did you work with the actors and crew to capture that tone and pace?
Well, I think that because I'm the title character and Lynn wrote this role for me, I feel like I had to set the tone for it. Obviously, Jackie joined us as one of our fellow overtalkers, but as far as like in this at least season, like the character arcs it's really my character arc and the rest of the character arcs are around me, but I'm the only overtalker. So I think I had to really have a control over how to be fast and how not to be annoying. And that's to carry a show and like this type of character who's a little over the top, a little yammer-mouthy, and just not always the most suavest person in the room. And to not be annoying was a challenge. So I really tried to find the balance as a Libra. I try to find the balance of how to make that work and to really set the tone for Lynn's amazing comedy.
Not to be confused with Jackie Tohn.
Oh, who can ever be confused with Jackie Tohn?
I think you do a great job of like keeping the characters grounded, but also being funny and fast. And that he did set the tone for everybody else. Other people have worked with me before, and that tends to be my MO. So some of them already knew that, but Chad really set the like, keep it grounded, keep it real, but keep it moving. He kept that going. Yeah.
Wonderful. For all of you, how would you describe, and if you need time on this, it's fine. How would you describe Gasbag in one sentence that doesn't include the word gas?
How would I describe it in one sentence? A buoyant, uplifting ride that will give you joy and delight.
It celebrates a late blooming gay man in a completely diverse family that accept him and that love him, but challenge him. And they really want him to live his best life, because until his 40s, he's kind of just let his life by the wayside. But he has passion, he's endearing, he's excited to keep it going and going to try to do it with less words as armor.
That was a run-on sentence, but it was great.
He is George Nordstrom.
My Chad is so good in this role.
Of course.
Yeah.
I just say it's like the life and times of an overtalker in New York City. And I think if I'm keeping it short, because it's not like we've ever really told the story of an overtalker before. So it almost lives on its own. Like you just go like, oh, what would that be? Like telling the story of someone who's an overtalker. So that's what I think.
Can you think about any scene, each of you, or moment during filming that stands out especially memorable or funny or totally chaotic? One scene that stands out.
When wasn't it chaotic? Well, there is a scene. Oh wait, no, that's not in the pilot. I guess it should be in the pilot. Let me think. We had so much fun all the time on every single scene. Chad, what do you think?
I mean, I'm leaving this one up to you guys because I was only really in one scene, so this one's on you guys.
I think that
we filmed with the first day we were supposed to film. There was a flood in Brooklyn,
like the most famous flood.
So the entire set flooded, which
all
was
the lighting equipment. Sorry,
Yo.
All of the lighting equipment that a friend of mine who was our amazing Charlie Grubbs, who's the director of photography, and he did all these amazing gaffer. He brought all this lighting equipment to my office where we were actually using as our set, and it all got covered completely in about 9 inches of water because Brooklyn was literally underwater.
We
Crazy.
were like, yes, first day. So we had to shoot the first episode. We were supposed to have 3 days. We had 1 day. Mm-hmm. So that was chaotic. But we had a lot of fun. We pushed through. We were wet. Our feet were wet. We had to sign releases that we wouldn't sue people if we slipped down the stairs. But it was always, we are a bunch of friends and talented people in New York just putting on a show together. So sometimes people would just have to go, and I would have to do the boom mic, or I would have to do the slating, or and so we all had to take on lots of jobs all the time. So it was always a lot of fun. It was always a lot of work, and Chad would also freak out about the catering.
Yeah, that's the one thing I really don't. When we do the next version of this, I'll do everything else but the catering.
Yeah. Don't put,
It gets
I
got
don't
me.
want to worry
got me-
about the bagels.
Got me too.
Chad, what kind of
Okay.
Jewish mother are you? You're not gonna do the catering.
Listen, I say that now. I say that now, and you're gonna listen. We'll see what happens. But no, it would like drive me nuts because like the catering would be late, and I couldn't. I had to focus on over talking. I couldn't really focus on all the tuna, but of course, I did. So everyone ate. Everyone
Okay.
had their time. You feed people, pay them a little bit, they're happy.
Yeah, we hope to find some interested investors who love to be a part of making a heartwarming, hilarious comedy that will want to help us elevate this next time we shoot it, so that we have someone else catering for us, and I don't have to do wardrobe and hair and makeup.
There you go.
That'd be fun. If you love the wardrobe and hair and makeup, I also did that.
Okay.
We definitely don't want me doing that next time.
Lynn was props too.
Props.
All right.
Continuity. Oh my God. Anyway,
We're going to tell our readers and viewers again, they're going to come to the Chinese Theater on what day and what time?
our screening is Saturday, June 28th at 3:30. We are in Pilot Block 6. So come enjoy with us. We're going to have so much fun.
Yes. Yes, we will, and they will. Okay. Thank you, Chad, Lynn, and Jackie. We're the Hollywood Times today. The Hollywood Times Official is our YouTube channel. It's been a pleasure to meet you virtually, and we will see you at the Chinese Theater very soon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Val.
Valerie.
Gasbag forever.
Gasbag forever.
Okay. Safe travels.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you,
again.
Valerie.
Thank you
We
so
really
much.
appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.